My hands smell like pork just because I piece of grease. Oh, that one looks really good, doesn't it? Wow, the color is so much brighter. Hey, we're back with another video, this time on Polaroid exposure control. So this is going to be just a general overview on how to easily use the exposure control knob on Polaroid cameras. Okay, so we have a few different camera models here where I'm going to point out where the exposure control unit is because it can definitely be different on the different models. The Polaroid Pro Pack and the Polaroid One Step SX70 both have knobs for the exposure control. The Polaroid Sun 600 has a slider, and I also have the Fuji Film Instax 210, which isn't Polaroid, I know, but it's also instant camera, and that actually has a digital exposure control here on the side. These instant cameras that I have here have an electric eye, which makes an automatic exposure. The eye is going to set the shutter speed to shorter or longer depending on the light that it reads. The only time you're going to want to change the exposure setting on a Polaroid camera is when you have an extreme lighting situation. Or you could use it to retake a photo that came out wrong. It really all depends on how you want your photo to look. So, simply put, darkening the exposure knob is going to shorten the exposure and add dark to your photo. And turning the knob or the switch to lighten is going to make a longer exposure and add light. So here we have the normal one, here is the darken one, and then here is the lighten one, which I think came out the best. This was lightened to notches on the knob. So the only problem with this is that it is a little blurry because the shutter is longer. And then I think that the normal one came out the best for sharpness, but Gracie's dark face isn't doing any good there, and all the light is right on her belly, so that's why it didn't come out exposed correctly. Here's an example I took on the Fuji Instax 210, where the lighten one also came out best because she is lit from behind. Okay, last lit from behind shot. This is an example of shooting on normal, and to fix it, I lightened by 2 notches, and now you can see the details in her face. Here I have Gracie lying in a spot of contrast. In the first image, I shot on normal with her face in the light, and it came out well. In the second image, I had her scoot forward so that her face was in the shade, and therefore I had to lighten by around 2 notches again in order to get the same detail in her face. In this side-by-side comparison, you can see the extreme difference in the light on the snow. If I hadn't lightened this second photo, her face would be totally dark. Okay, last example, this time when to darken your image. So this photo I took with the SX70, and I knew I had to darken because it was in the shade on a nice day, and if I didn't, then it was going to want to overexpose and therefore lengthen the shutter, so that would make a blurry image. So I darkened it by 1.5 notches or so. So I got this nice dark but very clear picture. Okay, so that's it on Polaroid exposure control. Please let us know if there's anything that I forgot to cover, and just leave us a question in the comments and I'll get back to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. At the time of this video, we have 20 subscribers, and it's really exciting to me, so thank you all.